As a mum, you've been developing a particular kind of attention. You might not have noticed it, but it's something you've been doing for years. And it happens most often when your child is absorbed in play and doesn't know you're watching. When they're playing quietly or working something out or lost in whatever it is that's captured their attention. And you slow down just for a moment and actually see them, noticing their face when they're concentrating, the particular way their hair sits on their face, the curve of their cheek, and how small their hands and fingers are, and the way they're completely immersed in whatever's in front of them. When you do that, something softens inside. That mental to-do list goes quiet, the rush towards the next task disappears, and what's left is just them, this wonderful child who is yours to love. And that's what this whole month has been about, in a way, a slower kind of looking at your child, not just at what they can or can't do yet, but at who they actually are right now, what they've grown into, where they're still finding things hard, what they need, really seeing them and who they are as a growing person. And I want to say something about that because I think you might not have noticed what you've been building. That quality of attention, the curious, careful, not rushing to fix kind, is something motherhood has been teaching you. It's not happened all at once. It doesn't come from a book. It comes gradually through years of being with another person, in this case, your child, living with their hard days and their easy ones, all the things they've learned and the things they haven't managed yet, and the particular way they respond to the world, to ideas, to people. You have developed a way of holding this tiny person in your attention with genuine care and without judgment. And you might not have a name for it, but it's there and it's real. This week, I want to take it a step further by reminding you that you are also a person. And I don't mean this in the you need to look after yourself so you can look after them sense. I'm not going there. It's more straightforward than that. You are a whole person too, with the same kind of complexity your child has. Things you've grown into, probably without noticing. Things you're still finding hard, things you need, and your unique perspective on life right now that's come from all the experiences you've been through and what you want to achieve in the future. And that same quality of attention you've learned to bring to your child, that curious, careful, non-judging kind, that can be turned back towards yourself too. And this isn't about self-improvement or because doing so will make you a better parent. It's because you're here, you exist, you're worth the same unconditional attention that comes naturally to you when you're watching your child play. The same warmth, the same willingness to look without needing anything to be different, just because they're yours to love. And you are also someone's to love, including your own. This isn't something many of us have been taught, and honestly, it can feel completely unfamiliar. We're not very practiced at this as a culture. The idea of sitting with yourself quietly without a phone or a task or something to get through can feel really uncomfortable, maybe even pointless. What am I doing? Shouldn't I be getting on with something? But if you're willing to hear it, especially after thinking about this for your children, there's a question worth asking. Who are you now? Not who you were before children, not who you're trying to become. Who are you right now in the life you're actually living? What are you finding easy? What are you still working through? What do you actually need? These questions are worth sitting with because you deserve the same kind of care your children do. So I'd like to invite you to try a simple thing if you're curious. The next time your child is absorbed in play or reading or building something, stop and really look. Notice the details, their eyelashes, the sound of their breathing, the curl of their fingers, how completely they are in the moment. Just let yourself notice without doing anything about it. And then at some point when you have a few minutes alone, sit somewhere without your phone, without the to-do list, and notice the same kind of details about yourself. The feel of your clothes against your skin, the warmth underneath your hair, the soft sound of your own breath, the space your body is taking up. And you're not evaluating, there's no right or wrong here, or thinking about what needs doing next. It's just noticing yourself. And if you can, borrowing a little of the warmth you felt watching your child and turning it gently in your own direction. It is simple, but it's also quite hard, and you may find it does something that you weren't expecting. Now, at first, many people benefit from doing this kind of work alongside someone else. The work I do with mums one-to-one is, at its heart, this: bringing the same quality of attention you've been learning to bring to your child back to yourself. And I don't do it from a position of knowing more than you. The mums I work with are thoughtful, capable people, and I actually learn a lot from them, from how dedicated they are to their children, how carefully they pay attention to what's going on for their kids, and how much they care for their family. What I offer isn't correction or instruction. It's a careful, compassionate eye on your specific situation. You know, being with someone who's genuinely interested in what's happening for you, in what's hard, in what you're managing well, and what's taking more from you than it should, allows you a perspective that's tricky to find by yourself, and helping you to stay with the questions I mentioned, rather than skimming over the surface and moving on to the next thing, which is what most of us do when we're trying to do this alone, allows you to consider them for long enough so that the answers become actually useful and meaningful for you. The first session I offer is called a first step session. It's 60 minutes together in which we look at your situation honestly, what's happening between you and your child, where you keep getting stuck and what's underneath that, both for your children and for you. And we'd identify what you're already managing really well and what might be undermining you. You would leave with a clear picture of where you are and what would genuinely help. And whether we'd continue together or not, it's a session with its own value. It's not a taster. If you'd like to have a conversation before committing to anything, there's a link below to book a free connection call. But if you're already at the point where you know you want this, the Calm Response parenting page has everything you need to go straight to booking. The link's below as well. Comment appreciate below if any of this has meant something to you. I'd love to know what this topic brings up for you, because it's too common for us mums to overlook ourselves when actually we're an essential person in the whole picture of our family.